Hi, I'm Andy Costello, co-owner of Venture Commercial Real Estate.
And I am Shanna O'Brien, the owner of Cascadia Northwest Real Estate.
Thank you for watching this week with us Lady Broker Brains, where we provide value to agents in the business, whether in commercial real estate or in residential real estate, to help you be more successful. Because as we talk about all the time, the more successful everybody else is, the more professional our profession is, and the more that we can shine a light on the positive things that we're all doing.
So we talked last time about prospecting and lead gen, and we got a follow-up asking for more information about social media. So we thought we would dig in a little bit just on social media because it's a huge topic.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I'm not even going to try to count how much money I've spent on social media coaching.
Wow.
I've worked with a lot of different people, and there, again, as we said before, there's no secret. The secret is hard work. The secret is it's hard and you have to keep doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think when you look at influencers who are making six figures, they're working 40 plus hours a week and they are spending tens of thousands of dollars on their studios, on their gimmicks, on their things to get people to watch, to get eyeballs on the video. So, it's a very complex industry to try to understand in the midst of staying in the business, working the business, and helping clients, right?
And unlike an influencer who's getting paid per click, with their content, our goal is I keep doing that. Sorry. Our goal is content that's going to help us build a relationship with somebody who will potentially be a client.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very different type of content because it's all about bringing your genuine and authentic self to the table to connect with people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's tough because there's so many platforms out there that in of itself can be overwhelming. So what we had talked about before is, really recommending just focusing on 1 to 2 platforms, whether that's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and really spending your time and energy there to build those connections with those followers. I have really struggled trying to get on Instagram myself because when I get on Instagram, I then see the same posts of other people on Facebook and I just feel like I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
And so I have a really good following on Facebook and have a lot of connections. And so I've really just doubled down on Facebook, and LinkedIn is really where I have spent a lot of my time. How about you?
Well, and you can Google and get the stats of the demographics, who's using what platform. We both know Facebook is for old people now.
Old people
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
old people have money.
I'm okay with that too. Yep.
And so it's knowing your audience. The people I want to connect with are on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And so we do at our brokerage, we do use Instagram as well, because I've got a lot of really younger agents who know Instagram really well, and their audience is on Instagram. Like, I'm an old person. I'm an old mom. I'm not a young mom with little kids playing sports, but like those moms are on Instagram. That's how they're connecting and sharing with each other. So if that's kind of your demographic and your audience, then that's going to be your focus.
Mm-hmm.
It's not mine, but we still try to get there as a brokerage because we're trying to reach everybody. But again, the content can be multi-purposed. And like you said, you get kind of annoyed because, well, I saw it on Facebook and now I'm just seeing the same thing on Instagram. Well, that's only happening to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm on Instagram, I'm not going on Facebook.
Correct. I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't really have to be too paranoid about the doubling up.
Right.
Because you're trying to get 2 different audiences.
Yes. And I understand that. But from a user perspective, right, where I want to invest my time because I want to be on there commenting and building those relationships. So I think one of the things that, people should be somewhat cognizant of is like how much you're sharing, right? People want to know you, but maybe they don't really need to know all of the inside thoughts that are going on in your head. I
don't know. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know.
You do
all
share
of
a
my
lot.
inside thoughts.
But it shows who you are, though, right? Your posts are always super funny. But, we all know people that have maybe shared things that maybe were inappropriate. But I don't know. Maybe that's, I'm also come from a background of government being very apolitical, not talking about things that I don't want people to think like I don't want to do business with that person or with me because of this or that, or, and so I just try to stay pretty vanilla, but yet still engage with my folks.
Yeah, I worry less about that because I've kind of gotten to a point in my career where there are people of certain opposite opinions that I don't want to do business with, and I don't have to.
Yeah.
So I don't mind offending people.
Yeah. I think for me, a lot of my clients are probably not of a lot of my beliefs. So I don't want to lose clients based on that, right? I'd rather lose it because they, for whatever reason in their head, more business-based decision than some other type of decision. But I mean, there's just so much to learn about social media. I think one of the resources that I would recommend is Katie Lance is a social media coach out of Northern California. I think she's come to Vancouver before, and I still listen to her podcast. And I remember she was one of the first.
And she's got a lot of great online content that you can kind of dig into as well.
Yes. And so she's somebody that, as it's evolving and how social media is working, again, you got to keep evolving with the industry and understand how that works to have it max benefit to you.
Well, and another thing that I had a coach tell me recently, which makes perfect sense, log in and search a different market than yours. So like I might go and just look like, what are all of the realtors posting in Raleigh, North Carolina? Is that North Carolina or South Carolina? I'm not even sure. It's the first thing that came to mind though. But go and just pretend like you're moving there. And because your phone is listening to you. So as soon as you search for a house in that area, you're going to start getting hit with all of the stuff. And find somebody that you think is doing something really cool to be inspired by. Not to rip off or copy, but to be inspired by, because they're in a completely different market. You're not going to have the same audience. And so it's like, oh, that was a really fun idea. I could do that in my area with, the Pacific Northwest twist to it. But, the ideas are out there everywhere. You just have to go out and find them. But at the core, it's being your authentic self to connect with other people.
And I want to add to that I think it's really important that, as you're getting traction, that you actually take the time to respond. Because posting and ghosting there's no point to that. Then you might as well just not post. I was following a local agent, and they were posting some great content, and I was answering their questions. And not once in every day they were posting stuff. I was like, this is a really good question. I should steal this. But I didn't, because I was like, you're in my market.
Yeah.
But the engagement they were getting was really great. And they never commented back on anybody's comments. And I thought to myself, why are you spending the time to do this, to engage? And so I unfollowed them because I was like, wow, I'm taking the time to engage with you. And so I was pretty sure they were maybe using a service or something. But it's like, well, that doesn't, then that negates the purpose of the time and energy and maybe the money you're spending. So the social media is only as good as you responding, you commenting, you getting back to people, and engaging with your audience.
Well, yeah, the goal is connection.
Right.
So having 30 likes and 22 comments is not connection. Right. It's appreciation for what you posted. Turn it into connection.
Yeah.
By going and following up. And some people do messages, like they'll instant message to kind of build the one-on-one. So if somebody leaves a comment, you can respond in the comment, or you can also send it in a message. Whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable, in your form of communication of how you want to connect. But yeah, ghosting people that are trying to connect with you is never going to get you anywhere.
No, and it's just, you might as well just stay off and do prospects.
Use your money somewhere else.
Yes.
So that is the Andy and Shanna social media etiquette lesson of the day. And if you have other topics that you'd like to discuss, leave it in the comments.
Yes, thank you so much for watching this week. We appreciate your time. Take care of yourself, and if you can, someone else too, and we'll catch you next week. Take care.